Sorry. Gotta move some things around on the computers. Well, good morning, beloveds. I'm so happy to see you all today. So, in this month, we're living inside the theme of ancestral wisdom, new thought. And today, I want to begin not with a concept, not with a principle, but with a memory of sweetness. So I want you to imagine a field in early summer. Low to the ground, quiet, sun-warmed. And scattered through that field are tiny flashes of red, wild strawberries. Not cultivated, not planted in rows, not guarded, just there, offered. Now, see, our guiding question this morning is simple, and it's not rhetorical. How might my life change if I gave and received as freely as wild strawberries grow? Not strategically, not cautiously, not transactionally, but freely. Robin Wall Kimmerer has a book called Braiding Sweetgrass. It's an amazing book. I see some heads nodding. It's one of my favorites, actually, to listen when I'm driving a distance because they're short stories about the Potawatomi tribe. And Robin is an elder, a botanist, and a teacher. And that tells us that in many ways, she was raised by strawberries. She tells us about this. See, after school, she would rush into the fields, watching the white blossoms become green nubs, sour at first, eaten anyway, and waiting patiently for ripeness. And when the berries are finally ready, she searched only for the reddest ones, leaving the pink ones for tomorrow. Now, see, already there's wisdom there. She didn't take everything. She trusted that there would be more. She participated in a relationship. She says that on Father's Day, the children would gather the wild strawberries so their mother could make strawberry shortcake. And her father said it was the best gift he ever received because it couldn't be bought. It had to be gathered. It had to be received. And in the Potawatomi creation story, strawberries are not incidental. They're sacred. When Sky Woman in their stories buried her daughter in grief, the strawberry rose from her heart. In the Potawatomi, the strawberry is called Ode Min, the heartberry. Have you ever looked at strawberries or sliced them in half and you see that heart? Yeah. Now you can think about the heartberry. So already before we even open the science of mind, we're standing in a teaching. Giving flows from the heart. And receiving requires the heart to remain open. Ernest Holmes, our founder, wrote, "It is only as we allow the divine current to flow through us on and out that we really express life. The law of giving and receiving is definite, not optional, not aspirational, definite." The law of circulation is not something we turn to when we're feeling generous. It's the way life itself moves. It's how breath circulates. That's a part of that. A circulation, blood circulate, seasons circulate. And what stagnates suffers. Holmes reminds us that we are surrounded by perfect life, whole, harmonious, abundant, but only, he says, as much of that life as we embody becomes ours to use. What is he saying there? As much of that life as we embody becomes ours to use. What he's saying is that we're surrounded by a perfect life, whole, harmonious, and abundant, and we have to open ourselves to it. It's available to us all the time. All the time. Last year, I did a visual. Is this all that you're accepting in the world? This little container? Or are you accepting all of the goodness in the world that's coming to you? All of your gifts. The gifts that the universe has said, yes, it's yours. That's what you have to think about. So the question is never, is there enough? The question is always, am I open? Am I open? So here's why the strawberry teaches us something radical. Strawberries do not hoard themselves. They don't say, prove you deserve me. They don't invoice the soil that they grow in. They give because giving is their nature. And here's the thing that Robin Wall Kimmerer names so beautifully. A gift is not something you earn. A gift comes to you through no action of your own. Your only role is to be wide open and present. And if we're honest, for many of us, receiving is harder than giving, right? We'll give rides. We'll give our time. We'll give advice. But a compliment, help, support, money, love, oh, we shouldn't have. But the strawberries would say, eat them. Eat them. Accept all of that. So let me slow this down for a moment. I invite you right now to place one hand on your heart. And just notice your breath. And gently ask yourself, without judgment, where in my life am I generous? Where in my life am I guarded when it comes to receiving? And remember, there's no fixing and no shame here. Just notice. Where in my life am I generous? But where in my life am I guarded when it comes to receiving? See, the law of circulation breaks down not only when we withhold, but when we refuse to receive. Ernest Holmes says, it is the nature of the universe to give us what we're able to take. It cannot give us more. It has given all, and yet we have not received the gift. It's a sobering and liberating truth, right? The universe is not stingy. Life is not withholding. The invitation is to step into it. When is the last time you went to the grocery store and somebody said, do you need help with your bags? And what do we usually say? Oh, no, thanks, I got it. When you're trying to lift something heavy out of your car and somebody walks by and say, do you need help with that? And we say, no, I'm good, thanks. Or we drop something. Oh, let me help you with that. How many times do we turn down the gift that is coming to us? We go to lunch with a friend and your friend says, it's on me today. No, 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 no. I came fully prepared to pay my half. Right? We do it all the time. Think about it. The next time you go to turn down a gift, stop yourself and say, yes, thank you. I would love that. Somebody says, can I help you do your car with your groceries? I would love that. Thank you. Even if it's one bag or a gallon of milk, do it and see what happens.
They like the excuse to get out.
Yeah, they like the excuse to get out, right? It makes a difference. When somebody's giving you a gift, let them. The gift that you're returning is allowing them to give that gift. The Potwatomi people live inside what we might call a gift economy. Buying and selling, they believe, strips away sacredness. When everything is a gift, nothing is owned, only shared. Now, we're not being asked to abandon money or modern life, but we are being invited to examine our orientation. Do I see the world as something to extract from, or something to receive from and give back to? Do I see my talents as personal property, or as gifts I want to circulate? Do I trust that if I leave some berries for tomorrow, that they'll be there? So this brings us to the practice. Because spiritual principles are not proven in theory, they're proven in living. So I want to offer 3 simple grounded questions that you can carry with you this week. The first one, what is mine to give? What is mine to give? Not what's impressive, not what's exhausting. What is yours? It might be a kind word, a listening ear, a meal, a note. Here's a good one, a boundary, a blessing. I love to, when I'm in town, I love to walk through and smile at people and say, hello, how are you? And actually listen. And if they say, I'm fine, I'll stop and say, are you? They usually look at me and go, yeah, it's kind of a hard day. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I could do to be of support? Right? I try to bless people when I see an elder trying to get out to their car with their groceries and they're looking for help and there's nobody available. I have said, I'll do that. I got you. Hang on. I've got my gallon of milk. I will help you with your groceries. And I do. Those are the things that I can give away. Those are what is mine to give. So here's the second question. How open am I to receiving? Ask yourself, how open am I to receiving? Where do I deflect or downplay, even dismiss? I'm guilty of that. What would it feel like to just simply say, thank you, and let it be? And finally, our guiding question. How might my life change if I gave and received as freely as wild strawberries grow? What would soften? What would open? and what would finally be able and allowed to circulate. Now, I want to be clear about something. This is not about self-sacrifice. This is not about depletion. Wild strawberries do not exhaust themselves. They grow where conditions allow. Here on the coast, we could say the berries, right? They don't exhaust themselves. They grow where conditions allow. Sometimes whether we want them to or not. Which means that a part of our work is tending to the soil of our own lives. Rest, boundaries, truth, joy. We tend the soil of our own lives so that giving remains sweet. Circulation is not martyrdom. It's participation. So as we close, I invite you to again, imagine your life as a field. Some places are lush. Some are barren. Some places are just waiting. And life itself is already planting seeds of generosity there. Your only task is to notice what is ripening and to trust that when you give from the heart and receive with gratitude, the field renews itself. So let us live this week as if life itself were generous, as if we are worthy of all of it, as if circulation is safe, because it is. I have an affirmation today that I want to share with you, and I want you to repeat it back to me. I'm going to say it once, and then I'll say it again. The affirmation today is, I give and receive freely with an open heart. I'll say it again. I give and receive freely with an open heart. So now say that with me. I give and receive freely with an open heart. And so it is. And so it is. Let's pray, shall we? In this space of sacredness, this space that has been blessed with meditation and music and community hugs and smiles and greetings, I know that there is only love here. I know that that love with a capital L is one source, one power, one presence. Some may call it God. Some may call it divine. Call it whatever it is that you want. That energy is moving in, through, and around each and every one of us. And we are it expressing itself as it can only through us, as us. And so I'm knowing, and as we affirm that we are a part of that is, I'm knowing that for each one of us, we give and receive with an open heart. We stand in spiritual principle, reminding ourselves of the truth of what is. I know for every person in this space, every person hearing my voice that is looking for a healing, that healing is happening right now. For anyone who is looking for relationship, in whatever form that may look like, it is happening right now. As we say in our hearts, I am open to relationship. I am open to healing. I'm open to abundance and circulation. I am open to fill in the blank. Spirit is saying yes, 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 yes. Because the universe is abundant. And we know how to tap into that. And so I just release this prayer with gratitude, absolute gratitude for the knowingness that I am a part of, that each person here is a part of, our entire community, our country, our world, our universe is a part of that. I send peace out to the world, and I accept peace in my heart. And in that space of peace and love, I release this prayer into the law of mind, knowing that it is already done. And if you will please help me anchor this prayer by simply saying, and so it is.